Previously at Apeiron.
As someone consistently begin to take the journey of learning on a daily basis, what will happen? It begins to shape their mentality. It begins to shape their skills. It begins to open up their mindset. And on a daily basis, even if it just takes 15 minutes every day, the 15 minutes taken consistently can change. So, the thing is here, what people say about you at work does not really matter. Keep focused on the future. Now, the next point is going to be people who are on their way to success are very disciplined with their time. Because all of us have 24 good hours in the day. But the results that we have are a reflection of what we actually do in the 24 hours. One man said that all of us have 24 seeds to sow on a daily basis, and our results at one point are going to reflect exactly the kind of seeds that we have sowed in the previous, possibly year, in the previous weeks, in the previous days. Success is not about having more hours, no. It's about using time wisely. If you can manage your morning well, you can manage your destiny. Successful people or people that are journeying to success are very disciplined with time. So when you hear concepts like the 5 a.m. club, when you hear concepts like the 3 a.m. club, all those ideologies are there to let you know that they have attained or they are on the journey of mastering the law of time. Because what you do with your time will determine how your destiny is going to look like. The man who is failing, he is not failing because he's a bad person. Not really. But he is because of the use, or one of the reasons could be the way he manages time. I want you to observe people who are always late at work. They actually run into the workplace 2-3 seconds before time, or even sometimes late. And the moment it clocks 5, they're already packing the bags. 4:30, they switched off, going home. That's a sign that the future is going to have a lot of questions. When you use your time wisely, you set yourself up for a wonderful and prosperous future. So people that are going to be successful have mastered the art of time. All right. The other is going to be consistency, because there are two laws where actions can stem from. The first one is called motivation. This is when a man is fully excited about perhaps the future that is trying to design and is standing up very excited, full of adrenaline, full of energy. It could be maybe creating a social media platform or something, and he's showing up motivated, full of energy, full of vibe. The reality of life is here. Success is not built on motivation. Motivation can only get you started, but consistency keeps you moving. And this applies to every aspect of life, whether it's relationships. I know that you were motivated to perhaps talk to that wonderful lady, but when you get into marriage, it's going to be consistency that is going to keep you moving. And I want to tell you something. Winners repeat small good habits until they become part of their DNA. In fact, if you want to win big, you must learn to win small consistently. If a man can learn to consistently win small on a daily basis, the end is what you're going to call success. That's why the repeated, consistent habits will result into anything. It could be failure, it could be success. But people that are on their way to success are very consistent. Remember, we looked at integrity, that they keep the promises to themselves. If you're going to lose weight, you got to be consistent. If you're talking of financial freedom, you got to be consistent, because success is not a one-week wonder. It's not a one-time wonder. It's not a one-day wonder. And nobody should lie to you. Success takes time. And because it takes time, what you look at as success, it's a combination of consistent small wins that have been accumulated over a period of time. So when you see a man like LeBron James, when you see a man like Michael Jordan, when you look at a guy like Kobe Bryant, all those guys, what you see them display is a reflection of what they've been doing in the back consistently. There's a story that when Kobe Bryant was going to be coming out, what he actually first does, he first does the fundamentals on a daily basis. He has to go through the fundamentals of basketball. I'm going to give another example of Stephen, or many of especially this generation, people call him Chef Curry or Steph Curry. Steph is a wonderful, actually the greatest three-point shooter of all time in the game of basketball. The best, the greatest there has ever been. But let me tell you something. It is said that before Steph comes out, he first takes over 30,000 shots, and whatever he misses, it does not count. What you look at is as art. What you admire as success is simply a repetition of a consistent repetition of winning small. That's why Steph is the way he is. Talk about a guy like Elon Musk. Let's look at different people. If anybody who is successful, they have mastered the art, or anybody on the journey to success have mastered the art of winning small. So what I'm trying to say is that don't try to overhaul the entire process. Don't really. Don't try to leap. Because sometimes what leaps will do, they will overwhelm you. Don't wake up in the morning and say that now I'm going to start running 50 miles. Don't really. Just start with half a mile. You can just start with maybe a couple of kilometers. You can just start with simply missing dinner. You can just start with simply taking maybe 10 steps. And if you can master that over time, you're on your way to success. Let me hope it's making sense. All right. 8, and lastly, it's called the resilience. The ability to stay focused. The ability to stand through setbacks. The reality is here. Success is not avoiding failure. No, it's refusing to stay down. Every one of us, the moment you attempt to desire to do something, there's going to be an equal response from the negative space that is coming to bash exactly what you're trying to work on. So I guess I'm saying every setback is feedback for people who are journeying on their way to success. Every failure is coming to fuel them. And I'm telling you something, if you can rise again, success is already in you. If you can choose to rise in the midst of issues, I mean, you look at historic figures. Look at Nelson Mandela. That guy could have given up in jail. I want you to look at people like Jesus. As they're nailing him on the cross, he could have actually, if you are an ardent student of the good book, it indicates that there was a time where he had the option to turn down the burden, the responsibility, but he refused to. So resilience, the spirit. Resilience, the lifestyle. To refuse to bow down. And let me tell you something. there's a notion that resilient people are born like that. No, it's a muscle that is built through exercise. As you refuse to, maybe it's an alarm for you. Every time the alarm goes on, you snooze and go back to bed. Every time the alarm comes on, you snooze and go back to bed. No, at that one point, or maybe that one day when you wake up and you feel extremely worn out, oh Lord, how am I going to go out there and begin to run around? I feel worn out. Let me tell you something. Build resilience. Amidst that, stand up. It could be that people are saying that what you're doing is complex and maybe it's not going to work. Whichever kind of setback, resilience. This is a conductor to success. Build resilience. Refuse to bow down. I remember in one of those days, I think I was going to work and I woke up very early in the morning and I got to run around and try to put in my workout and sometimes you wake up and it has rained terribly and you don't feel like. Let me tell you something. Do not base your destiny on motivation. Do not base your destiny on feeling. Do not base your destiny on how you feel. I don't feel like doing it. That's a sign that person is not going to be going far. If you want to go far with life successfully, you've got to build the strongest muscle there is, called resilience. All right. So as I'm closing out, I want to tell you the truth. If you recognize even one of these 8 signs in your life, you are already walking on the path to success. And if not, today, I just want you to make a choice today. Choose to grow. Choose to grow. Discipline yourself. Take ownership of your life. Do not blame anyone. Change your environment. Build faith. Start managing your time well. Be consistent. And lastly, be resilient. These are principles and patterns that always work. They have worked over and over times. And the reality is here. Principles are universal. Whether you are in China, whether you are in Guangzhou, whether you are in the US, whether you are in Mexico, whether you're in Guadalajara, whether you are in Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, whichever, principles are universal. But the application of the principles is personal. These are universal principles that are going to require that you personally dedicate yourself to the same. So the thing is here, if this blessed you, make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment with the sign that spoke to you the most. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more and more faith-filled motivation videos. And remember, your future will follow your focus, and you are unlimited. My name is New Manasseh, and I'm always very excited to have you around. Have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful time. Let's meet again. Do not forget to subscribe, like the videos, drop your thoughts in the comment section, and let me know where exactly you're besting from, or where you're best exactly. God bless you. See you next time.